Hi, today we're going to learn something that is very difficult. Most pastors don't like talking about it, so I'm going to talk about it. What is sin? Sin in its essence is, at the fall, what man did is, man was created to worship God at the throne of the ineffable majesty on high, and to commune and fellowship with him and glorify God and honor him and enjoy him, right? And God, the man, and woman. So what happened at the fall was man kicked God off the throne of his heart and declared independence from God. And so now, and he ratified this independence by violating a known decree of God. And so man was thrown back upon himself for his existence. And so he's now a rebel. Before he revolved around God, there was a shrine in God's heart that only God was allowed, in man's heart, that only God was allowed to sit there, but now self sits there and he has no peace. All these gifts that were to be external and subservient that God showered onto the man was to be external and subservient, but now they all fight and clamor for place in man's heart, so he has no peace. So it's been said, "Thou hast made us for thyself, and man has no rest until he finds his rest in thee." So what happens is, sin is essentially any action, attitude, thought, motive, desire, purpose, or intent contrary to the will or character of Christ. So I'm not a sinner because I sin. No. I sin because I'm a sinner. This being said, sin is what separates us from God. So we want to keep this list as short as possible, because we will never truly know anything about ourselves until we first know something of the God that runs the universe. So it is absolutely vital that we understand this, because until I understand what separates me from God and my sin, then I'm going to have no appreciation for the grace of God. So this is why I want to speak about this. It's because until we know something of God's holiness, we know nothing of our wretchedness, and we have no inclination or understanding of our need for a Savior. It's kind of like if I was drowning, I'm not going to grab the lifeguard ring unless I know I'm drowning. So man is a rebel. He's a usurper, meaning he sits on a stolen throne. And man will gladly sacrifice himself to gain an end, something that he desires, but to dethrone himself, he'll never do. So this is why the gospel is so vital, that we present the gospel in its entirety. There is a gift aspect, but that thing's been blown way out of proportion, so there's no need to even mention that. And I will never appreciate the gift aspect until I first understand what I've been delivered from. And so salvation is this: to be saved from sin and its deadly consequences. Primary meaning of soteria in the Greek means to be saved from sin. Secondary meaning, and its deadly consequences. But the Christian doesn't want to sin freely. He wants to be free of sin.